Hi guys, Mama Mita here. Now today I have a video for you about how I kind of harvest my lavender and how I do the rosemary. I wanted to make sure that you guys, in the past I maybe mentioned that how I use a little machine that I use for the coffee beans, if you wanted to grind up your coffee beans. Well, this is my little coffee bean machine. And it's pretty old. It's like many, many years old. You can see that, boy. Look how. Okay, so let's get right into this video here. Okay, so the easiest thing to do is when you get your lavender and it starts to bloom. Okay, at that point, I cut it. When it's full bloom, I cut it. I bring it in and I set it in one of these little things like this, or something where it can sit up and dry. Okay, you can also hang it down low. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's gonna be powerful enough that you're gonna smell it. The same thing with the rosemary. Okay, and then once it's dry, then I take it off the stems, and the stems will be pretty dry, and the lavender is gonna be really dry. So you want to be kind of careful when you go to rip it off that you don't stick your finger, because it can, it can stick you easy. Same thing with the rosemary. The rosemary, I think, is a little easier to take off the stem than the lavender. And so then at that point, I'm ready to grind it up. Now I have in this little yellow thing here, I have black tea, and it's got a little bit of vanilla in it. And the tea was bought like that with the vanilla in the black tea. And so I put that in there. And then I'm going to add my lavender. And then I put the lid on it. And let's hope that my camera doesn't fall off on the other side of the counter, because I've got it stacked up on Cheerio boxes. I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do to get it done, right? Okay, and so you run it, and you just run it. Now, these machines, they grind up the coffee and stuff, and you can grind up nuts with them too, but the machine runs great. I love this machine. And it's very super easy to clean. So now let's check on it. Now, that's pretty fine there, but I could go a little more if I wanted to. Now, when you do these, with this here, I use it for scones. I love it with the scones. Oh my goodness, it's great. Sometimes what's happened, I've been so lazy because, the lavender is not dried out enough, that I've actually went out to the bush and cut the lavender off and just sit there with the scissors and cut it and threw it in the scones. You can use your scones recipe. You can probably even buy scone mitts at Winco in the bulk department. It's cheaper in the bulk department. Don't go to the shelves. And you just do that. Okay, so now when it's finished, okay, that's pretty good. At that point, I have my handy little gadget that I got for 25 cents at the Whatcom Humane Society thrift shop. And then I have the little mason jar. And so I just set that like that. And that's all. Now, I can just wipe this out and rinse it out, but what I do to make sure that, because lavender can be kind of strong, is I usually just wash out with a little bit of soap, and I use my brush. I've got a little brush there that will clean it up really well. And so that's it. Now, look at that. I don't think you're gonna find lavender powder anywhere. I mean, it's the same thing with rosemary. You're really not gonna find rosemary powder. And if you do, all those spices and herbs, they're really expensive. And so this is very dry. This will keep for a long time. I just put my lid on it, and then I stick it in the cabinet, and look, there you go. I could even, if I wanted to, put some dried mint in there and make it, a lavender vanilla with mint tea scones, with icy dressing. You just gotta be creative, Okay, so now when it comes to the rosemary, I just go out there with my scissors and I just start snipping, and I've got like 4 big, huge rosemary bushes, and they are so sturdy and strong. And this stuff's expensive when you go to the store and try to buy it. So what I do after it's dried, I just strip it down, and you can even use the stems if you wanted to, like in the soups or meat, whatever. It doesn't matter. But I usually just take the little flowered little things like that off, and because they're dried, and of course this would be clean, and then I would put them in there, and I just grind it up the same way, and I put on my little jar rosemary powder. How about that? If you didn't want to wait the time out for for these things to dry out, the fastest way that I found without electricity is just to go outside and lay a towel out on my dash in my car. Spread them out, shut the door, forget about it, go back in about 2 hours. Oh yeah, they're dried out. Of course, smells good too. Okay guys, if you like my video today, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, well, you might want to do that. Thank you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye now.